They're also known to enslave ants of other species to work for them and will be...
What? The what? Did he just say that the ants got slaves?
Orange. They're also known to enslave ants of other species to work for them and...
So you telling me what I seen in that movie? What's that, Ant Life? Nah. Because he just said that these ants is enslaving other ants. What movie was that? Is that Bug's Life? I gotta see. Is it Ant Life or Bug Life? Ant Life. Movie. Let me see. Movie. A Bug's Life. Yeah, A Bug's Life. So hold on. Let me see. A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life. All right. Yeah, these is ants. It's a bug, but you know, isn't an ant a bug? The fuck? Yeah, it was a bunch of ants. I knew it. So you telling me A Bug's Life was true, yo? Ants really be making other ants work for them? Yo, that's crazy. I would have never thunk it. Who would have thunk it? Ants really be making, yo.
To enslave ants of other species to work for them and will be extremely aggressive when trying...
Shout out to the lads. Hold on. Shout out to the lads. Shout out to the lads. Yo, lads. Click the title, read the page. You see my hat? You already know it's Australia all day, every day. Fuck is you talking about? TT, you're an American. So what? Fuck is you talking about? I identify as Australian. The fuck? Motherfuckers can walk around and be whatever the fuck they say they are, motherfuckers and all that, and I could be motherfucking Australian. What you talking about? What you talking about? Nothing. Alright, you click the title, you read the page. 15 most dangerous creatures in Australia. What? Mind you, a few months ago, I did a reaction video to the deadliest creatures. So I guess now the difference in this, I'm guessing, is you might not die, but you know, you'll be in a shitload of danger. That makes sense. So listen, we got more than 7,000 subscribers. Subscribe for the vibe. One more time, in case they ain't hear you. Subscribe for the vibe. Hope you feeling good. Hope you feeling great. Let's get it.
From other land masses around the world for many millennia, life in Australia has evolved along a separate path. This is what's led to the country being home to countless stunning animals that you won't find anywhere else. Join me for today's video. I'm going to count down the top 15 most dangerous creatures in Australia. Number 15, the box jellyfish. Box jellyfish are some of the most dangerous creatures in the oceans, and if you're ever unfortunate enough to encounter one when you're swimming,
why all the dangerous creatures gotta be ugly as hell, yo?
Your best bet is to get the hell out of the water as soon as possible. There are actually more than 51 known species of box jelly, each of which are equipped with potent venom, and a number of which are
yo, you can't even trust a jellyfish in Australia? God damn it!
Found in waters around Australia, including those with the most deadly toxins. Identifiable because of their square-shaped bells, they have tentacles that hang from each corner.
Yo, lads, y'all see me? Like, this blunt is blowing mine. Like, it won't light up. Because I got straight dope in here. Like, whenever you put this... Y'all know what I mean when I say dope, though, right? I ain't talking about that white girl. I'm talking about that plant, that tree, you feel me? Yo, that's why I think I ain't put no grabber in it. I think that's probably why it's doing that. I ain't want to say the W word, 'cause I don't know if that... Yo, YouTube's so sensitive nowadays. I don't know what get demonetized or...
Corner. Now, each of these tentacles contains around 500,000 specialized cells that have microscopic harpoon-shaped structures, and it's through these that the venom is delivered. Now, usually human contact with one will only cause a mild envenomation because this is the way that they hunt, and they only need to inject enough venom to kill small fish. But if a person happens to be tangled up in the tentacles, then it's a very different story. The toxins they inject cause the cells of the body to become so porous that vital nutrients begin to leak out, which in
Yo, lads, how do y'all even have a good time at the beach knowing all of this? Like, that would bother me. I don't know. You ever seen one of these jellyfish?
Turn elevates concentrations of these chemicals in the bloodstream, and that can lead to cardiovascular collapse and therefore death within about 5 minutes. Add to this that victims are usually in deep water with no chance of reaching dry land, so even if they don't die immediately, they're likely to drown, and now you see why they're so feared. Number 14, mouse spider. There are 18 different species
Still
of
there?
mouse spider, all of which are in the genus Missolina, and 17 of which are found across Australia. They get their name because they were originally believed to dig winding burrows in a similar way that mice do, although this is now known not to be true, and they actually live in underground cavities
Get it off! It's like,
that are up to a foot or a third of a meter deep. They usually grow to around 5 inches, or about 5 centimeters long.
Yo, lads, I don't even want to pause it.
And
But
can
I
develop
don't want to.
vivid colors across their carapace,
Hurry
which
up.
makes it seem
Hurry up.
both sexes produce.
That is the ugliest spider I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, Spider-Man, but this shit is ugly. Lads, how do you deal with this? How do you deal with this? Like, oh my goodness.
A nasty toxin, though, so if you do come across one, you should definitely stay well clear. Luckily, mouse spiders tend to be non-aggressive. Even if they do bite, they normally don't inject any venom, instead choosing to keep it for use against prey.
Nah, I wouldn't even play with no mice spider like that. Whatever, mouse spider, whatever. I wouldn't even play with that shit close at all. Talking about, oh, it might not put the venom in you. Nah, I wouldn't even. I ain't even gambling with my life like that. I'm out. I see one, I'm out.
But if you do fall victim to a wet bite, the consequences can be fatal. Their venom contains a type of robust toxin that's similar to that found in other Australian spider species, and left untreated, it can lead to cardiovascular issues, the accumulation of fluid in the lungs, and in some cases, heart failure. Number 13. Blue-ringed octopus.
You see, now that's a pretty little deadly little thing. Aww.
Currently, there are 4 known types of blue-ringed octopus, with the most commonly seen 3 of them being native to Australian waters. Now, they're usually seen in rock pools or on coral reefs. Their skin is mainly yellow, but has a series of blue-black rings that will change color when the animal feels in danger. They grow to about just 8 inches or 20 centimeters long and feed on small crustaceans like crabs and shrimp. But because of their vulnerability to predation from larger animals, they've developed a highly effective defensive technique. Their bodies are packed full of high levels of tetrodotoxin, and they produce venom that not only contains a neurotoxin, but several other potent chemicals. This means that consuming a blue-ringed octopus is almost guaranteed to be deadly.
Yo, lad, you ever ate octopus? That's like squid, right? Squid. No, that's squid. Like calamari. Calamari. Is that like octopus, right? Is it the same thing? Drop a comment, let me know. I just started getting into like my little seafood wave. I wasn't really like a big seafood person. I promise you. Like, what? I was a chicken lover. That's it, bro. I wasn't like I'm trying to get into my flounder and shit like that, you know? I still got to figure out what I want to eat from this Australian restaurant tomorrow. Yo, you got to drop some comments like, oh, they have an Aussie breakfast? Oh, I might go for brunch. Nah, I kind of want dinner. Know me? I'm going to get high. Yo, lads, we outside tomorrow. I'm super excited. Australian themed restaurant vlog day. Me and you. No cameraman, just me and you. We're lit. Solo date.
And handling one is an extreme risk because if they bite you, you'll be in a world of pain and possibly death. Each blue-ringed octopus contains enough venom at any time to kill 26 healthy adults. And to make things worse, it's not immediately noticeable if you've been bitten. Symptoms will begin to develop within several minutes, however, and can include nausea, heart failure, and paralysis. Death usually happens because of the paralysis in the respiratory system, and currently there's no known antivenom to help overcome it. Instead, victims who are able to get to hospital in time are put on ventilators to ensure they keep breathing. And it's simply a case of waiting and hoping that the body can flush out those toxins.
Nah. So you basically dead, bro. Nah. I don't know about the beach, lads. I don't know. I just don't know.
Number 12. Redback spider. Now, Australia is known for the variety of different species of spider, but while the largest ones may give you a fright, it's often the smaller ones that you need to be most wary of. One of the most deadly is called the redback, which is a type of widow spider, but far more dangerous than the closely related black and brown varieties. With a body length of up to 0.4 inches or about a centimeter,
she look like a hoe-ass spider, like she a dot.
Identifiable by the spherical black body with a red stripe along the back and an hourglass-shaped marking on their undersides of the abdomen. They're a nocturnal species that build messy webs in warm, sheltered locations, and this means that quiet human structures are ideal for them. Their usual diet is made up of insects, spiders, and other small...
That shit made me the ugly face looking at this ugly ass spider, bro.
Animals that get caught in their webs. And when this happens, the redback will crawl up to it, squirt it with a sticky web-like substance to prevent it from moving, inject its highly potent venom with its 2 fangs, and then wrap the prey in silk before sucking up the liquefied remains. Due to the way they often build their webs near human activity and the fact they'll aggressively defend themselves if they feel at risk, redbacks are one of the most potentially problematic spider species for humans, with bites often resulting in extreme pain, nausea, vomiting, and hallucinations. The redback is said to have historically been responsible for more human envenomations that required treatment than any other animal in Australia, with as many as 10,000 people thought to be bitten each year. And while this does sound bad, and it will have been extremely unpleasant for all who were attacked, there's a very good chance you'll survive, as there's now a highly effective treatment. In fact, the most recent death associated with one happened in 2016, and there are only 15 confirmed deaths by redbacks in the last 150 years. Number 11. Bull shark. Sharks are known for
It's pretty.
being the alpha predators of the ocean. And one of the reasons they've been able to maintain this position for hundreds of thousands of years is that they've evolved to be extremely efficient killing machines. While the waters around Australia may
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I would assume any shark is dangerous. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, we can skip that. Oh, my lighter fell. I thought it was a spider on me. Nah, lads. That's crazy. Insane.
with some individuals having been found as high as 100.
Yo, I'm done. I'm assuming that all spiders are the same. I'm gonna skip this. I'm sorry, guys. Please. I just can't.
Normally found in warmer.
First of all, I think all spiders are dangerous. I don't have to keep looking at the most dangerous spiders in Australia, because I just think any spider I see, I'm gonna lose it. Like, I know you guys got flying spiders, so any spider I see in Australia, I'm gonna assume is dangerous. I'm just get out the way. So that's lesson learned today. See, we're learning. We learn on this channel.
Tropical waters, there are at least 900 different known species of cone snails around the world, with the greatest variety being in the western Indo-Pacific Ocean, and at least 150 known from the coastline of Australia. Taking on a wide range of different shapes and sizes, you might
see, I would see something like this and not assume that shit was dangerous at all. So see, that's why I like watching these documentaries, yo. Shout out Cal, because I'll be in Australia chilling like, oh, look at that nice little cone thing. I would not think that shit dangerous.
be tempted to pick one up if you ever see one, but the snail inside it is still alive, and this could turn out to be a big mistake. That's because cone snails are highly predatory animals and produce concentrated levels of potent toxins that allow them to hunt other creatures in the ocean. They have a modified tooth, which is as sharp as a hypodermic needle, and they're able to extend it a long way out of their body to deliver the venom, something they're likely to do to try to defend themselves.
Nah, that ain't no Gary from SpongeBob. That's a different type of breed.
If they're handled, it's almost like a harpoon. This tooth will detach from the snail so all the venom is injected into the target, and a backup tooth will move into place so they can strike again almost instantaneously if they need to. While the sting of a smaller cone snail may be no worse than that of a bee, the amount of toxin delivered by a larger cone snail can be fatal. Symptoms will begin to develop that include intense pain, blurred vision, and muscle paralysis. It can result in the paralysis of the respiratory system that, in serious cases, can lead to asphyxiation. Number 7. Irukandji. Sometimes categorized alongside the box jellyfish, there are 16 known species of Irukandji
What? I don't even see nothing in that water.
jellies, all of which are only native to the northern
Nah, y'all got shit that blend in that's camouflage with water? Nah.
waters of Australia and are regarded as some of the most venomous creatures on the planet. Fortunately, they're relatively rare, but with all the species typically growing a bell measuring an inch or about 2.5 centimeters across at most, and transparent tentacles from just a few inches to up to 3 feet or a meter long, it's virtually impossible to know quite how many there actually are in the water. The first anything was known about them was in 1952, with the classification of a new condition called Irukandji syndrome, and this was later confirmed to be caused by them. Not only do they have stingers on their tentacles, but they have them around their bells too, and they're also able to actively shoot stingers from their tentacles at prey.
Little mother beep!
Which shows they're active predators as opposed to passive ones like most other jellyfish. Their sting is said to be around 1,000 times stronger than that of a tarantula. Just a tiny amount of the venom is needed to trigger Irukandji syndrome, which includes symptoms such as muscle cramps, pain in the kidneys, the sense of burning across the skin and in particular the face, headaches, nausea, sweating, and intense psychological distress. This syndrome can fortunately be treated, so deaths are pretty unusual, but cases have in recent years become more common in Australia and further afield, which is causing concern that changing ocean temperatures are allowing them to spread to regions where people aren't familiar with the symptoms and the immediate need for medical intervention when they develop, something that could lead to
them shits blend in with the water. That shit is crazy.
Deaths. Number 6. Common death adder. The common death adder is a variety of death adder that's found in Australia and New Guinea, visually looking very similar to a viper. They have triangular heads and short bodies and are perfect.
No. I don't like snakes. I feel like snakes is the devil pet. So I think all snakes are dangerous. So they don't gotta tell me that because I think every snake I see dangerous. So see?
There are a number of ant species across the globe that possess potent venom and are able to inflict a nasty bite, but there's one in Australia that, because of its behavior, is able to attack in ways unlike any others. Known as jumper ants. They're native to eastern Australia.
Yo, I can't stand ants. I can't stand ants. I can't stand them. Can't stand them. Putrid, right? So you say it? Putrid, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. I don't like ants. I don't like ants, bro. They just get all over the place. There's a whole bunch of them. I can't stand ants, yo.
Relatively large, with some workers growing to over 0.6 inches or 1.5 centimeters long. Identifiable by their orange and black coloration, they're able to jump 4 inches or just over 10 centimeters in the air, which means that when acting in a defensive way, they're able to leap up and bite at parts of the perceived threat that other ants can't. Main reason for this, though, is so they can reach the bushes and trees to forage for food as opposed to staying on the ground. They're also known to enslave ants of other species to work for them and will be—
What? The what? Did he just say that the ants got slaves?
4 inches or just over 10 centimeters in the air, which means that when acting in a defensive way, they're able to leap up and bite at parts of the perceived threat that other ants can't. Main reason for this, though, is so they can reach the bushes and trees to forage for food as opposed to staying on the ground. They're also known to enslave ants of other species to work for them. And
so you telling me what I seen in that movie? What's that, Ant Life? Nah. Because he just said that these ants is enslaving other ants. What movie was that? Is that Bug's Life? I gotta see. Is it Ant Life or Bug Life? Ant Life. Movie. Let me see. Movie. A Bug's Life. Yeah, A Bug's Life. So hold on. Let me see. A Bug's Life. All right. Yeah, these is ants. It's a bug, but isn't an ant a bug? The fuck? Yeah, it was a bunch of ants. I knew it. So you telling me A Bug's Life was true, yo? Ants really be making other ants work for them? Yo, that's crazy. I would have never thunk it. Who would have thunk it? Ants really be making, yo.
To enslave ants of other species to work for them and will be extremely aggressive when trying to protect their colony. And
ants is some bullies, yo, we the new ants. I mean, that would make sense. Nah, we ain't bullies though. That shit count. That shit corny as hell. We picking on somebody and then pick that shit lame as hell. But I'm just saying though, like, if a nigga said that shit would be mad gangster unless a nigga don't know what he mean. He don't know what he mean. He's stupid. He don't know. I'm lying. He just ain't watched this video like we did, you know what I mean? But they did show that in A Bug's Life, but that went over my head. I ain't think ants really enslave other ants. Yo, animals. Yo, they are sick. Animals are sick and twisted.
Their venom is instrumental in their ability to do this. Against smaller ants, it's deadly, and even on humans, the sting of a single ant is potentially fatal if it triggers anaphylaxis. And even if it doesn't, you can expect a burning sensation around the site of the sting for many days after it happened. And if left untreated, it can develop into a painful ulcer, and that'll take far longer to heal. Number 4. Reef stonefish. If you're swimming over reefs around Australia, you might well see what happens to be a rock or a piece of coral moving. And if you do, it'd be a good idea to stay well clear of it. That's because you might have spotted what's often regarded to be the deadliest known fish in the oceans because of how often they're encountered by people, the reef stonefish. Normally taking on a...
I did thought that was a regular rock. I'm like, look at the cute little rock.
Brown or gray color to blend in with the environment. They may also have dashes of yellow, orange, or red. They grow to around 16 inches or 40 centimeters long and spend most of their time motionless in wait for prey. When a target passes by, reef stonefish have been seen to strike within 1/100th of a second, leaving virtually no chance for their victim to escape. Along their dorsal area, they have 13 rigid spines that are sharp enough to puncture through boots, and each of these spines is fed by 2 venom sacs, making it by far the most venomous fish of all. Across the 13 spines, there's enough venom to deliver a fatal dose to 2.
And then that shit is petty as hell. You don't even know when that shit coming, bro. That shit sneaking up on niggas.
People. And even if you're only caught by 1 or 2 of them, you'll develop symptoms like extreme pain, shock, and potentially even temporary paralysis. Many people who have been unfortunate enough to be stung by one of these have never made a full recovery, as the venom can be so destructive it causes permanent nerve damage around the affected site, which can lead to lifelong muscular atrophy. Number 3.
Yo, that shit is ugly as hell.
Inland taipan.
Aw, that's pretty.
Often referred to as the fierce snake, the inland taipan is one of the most deadly creatures on the planet. Its bite delivers the most toxic venom of any snake and can kill
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. Let's go. Ooh, what's this?
paralysis tick
That thing is ugly.
of around 75 different species of tick in Australia. The ominously named Australian paralysis tick is seen as the most problematic to humans. Found exclusively along the country's eastern coastline, particularly in damp forest areas, they have 4 different stages of their life cycles, and in 3 of these they will attach to hosts and begin to feed. As the region they're native to is also highly populated, bites from these ticks are fairly common and will cause rashes, itching, and pain around the site for people, and occasionally may trigger an allergic reaction that can be far more dangerous. The risk they pose, though, is to pets and livestock, especially as they're tricky to spot beneath fur. And if they're able to feed for long enough, the toxins they pump into the host
Yo, that thing is huge, yo. A tick supposed to be tiny, bro. That thing is huge, bro.
blood will begin to have adverse effects, often leading to temporary paralysis. It's thought that as many as 100,000 domesticated animals suffer from symptoms related to ticks each year.
Yo, God is really creative, man. I mean, duh, he made my fine ass. I'm just saying, but above all, you know, like, look at this shit.
With as many as 10,000 needing veterinary treatment. And in the wild, amongst livestock, the figure of affected animals is likely to be many times that. With the further risk of the ticks passing on bacterial diseases as well, if you get any sense that one of these is attached to a web spider.
Sydney. Shout out Sydney. Damn, why I gotta have the most dangerous creature in Sydney where I want to go? That is crazy.
There are a number of different funnel web species in Australia, but one of the most notorious and dangerous is the Sydney funnel web. Found in the region around the city of Sydney, they grow bodies that are up to 2 inches or 5 centimeters long and have a dark coloration that's between dark blue to black or brown. They lay in wait in burrows with a complex network of webs.
Yo, lad, y'all haven't seen one of these ugly ass shits?
In the surrounding area that lets them know by vibration whether something is passing by. When the chance presents itself, they leap out, grab their prey, which includes insects and frogs, by their front legs and bite down with their fangs to inject venom, before waiting for their target to be weak enough that it can be consumed. If they feel threatened or angered, they rear up on their back legs and display their fangs, and if they need to, they'll hold on tight with their front legs and deliver repeated bites. Compounds within their venom mean that it's a particularly
They having a punch on with they prey.
effective thing against humans and other primates, and targets the central nervous system. Sometimes after biting, the spider will remain attached to you because its fangs have dug in so deep, and symptoms will begin to develop within an hour. They include muscle twitching, difficulty breathing, and confusion, and, particularly if they've bitten several times, can lead to death if medical attention isn't given soon enough. I'll see you next time. Watch out for those creepy crawlies.
I sure am.